I had a chance to vote at the last general election. I was only about a month old enough, so I hadn't voted in any elections before that. And I think that giving young people at the ages of 16 and 17 the right to vote is a positive step in the right direction. I think it would show that politicians care about young people, they care about the concerns they have, and will actually take them seriously. But above all, I think this is a really good opportunity for the government to now expand political education in our schools. I think it would be a great chance for us to have this sort of seamless transition between learning about politics in the classroom, learning about how to kind of interpret disinformation, how to form our opinions, and then putting that into practice through voting. So I just think this is a really good opportunity for young people to build up those lifelong good voting habits and also to have more political education in the classroom and to get engaged from a younger age.
And Harry, I'm trying to do some fast maths now. Are you 19 now?
I'm 19 now, yes.
Okay, and what was that like then? Were you waiting to get to 18 to vote? You sound like you're quite politically engaged.
Well, I've always been interested in politics, so I was really looking forward to the election and having the chance to vote. And it did feel quite frustrating that at the ages of 16 and 17, I was really engaged politically. I remember I organised a political panel at my school. I was out campaigning, and yet I still didn't have the chance to vote. So it did feel quite frustrating. And it felt like a lot of my peers as well, they were very interested in politics. Throughout the lockdown, they'd experienced, the direct implications of government policy, and yet they still didn't have a chance to have their say and to have a vote.
What do you make of one of the points that's been made already this morning, Harry, that is actually there's quite a lot of living between 16 and 18, and perhaps those 2 years are just enough to just, a little bit more experience before you make that vote?
I think it's important to recognise that at the ages of 16 and 17, you still have a huge amount of responsibility. I mean, at the age of 16, I was having to make really important decisions about my life after my GCSEs, whether I should go on to A-levels, whether I should do an apprenticeship. Lots of people at the age of 16 will be doing things from paying taxes, working a job, joining the military. All of these decisions carry huge weight. And I think when we're thinking about life experience, that isn't something which magically kind of generates overnight. And there are lots of young people who will have had a lot more life experience than a lot of adults. It's very subjective, and I don't think we should just be judging it solely based on age. One of your previous callers talked about right and wrong. I think the law expects you know the difference between right and wrong at the age of 10. So I think there are always going to be these sort of kind of inconsistencies, and I don't think we should be judging life experience solely based on age.
And there's an argument that's being made politically, certainly around about this, that's being levied at the government, at the UK government, saying that they're doing this to try and essentially bring more voters over to them because they're worried about young voters going elsewhere, about voters going elsewhere, and they think that younger voters are more likely potentially to vote for them. With you and your peers, Harry, and I don't want you to disclose your political leanings, you absolutely don't have to do that with us this morning, but with you and your peers, do you think that is a fair enough argument, or is there quite a diversity of opinion?
Well, in my experience, there has been a diversity of opinion. I think young people would vote differently. They certainly wouldn't vote for one party because they're of a particular age. I mean, when we look at the opinion polling, we know young people tend to be more left-wing. But I think this is just the right decision to make. I think it's fair. I think it's consistent. If I'm being honest with you, Lucy, I think the parties which have kind of politicised this the most have been the Conservatives and Reform. I mean, the Conservative Party, they gave votes to 16 and 17-year-olds during their leadership contest when they were selecting the Prime Minister. So if they expected 16 and 17-year-olds to make an informed decision about that, why can't they vote for their local MP? And similarly with Reform, they're saying 16 and 17-year-olds don't have enough life experience, where they have 18-year-olds running some local authorities. So it just seems like there's a lot of inconsistency there as well.
Harry, really interesting to hear from you this morning. That's Harry, 19, voted for the first time.